Right, I tried so hard to.
Hello, people.
Actually out
Hello, hello, hello.
potential and
Hiya.
for a weekend.
How is the four of us? Five Sky's here. Shattered.
Four
No,
of
we
us,
got
yeah.
four.
I mean,
And Maya.
And Maya.
Don't for me in it.
Zoe, ask Sky why she went in the garden this afternoon.
Wendy, no. Why did you go in the garden? Oh, she had coffee. No.
No?
let's go and have a break then. The communal pool area.
Oh no. She's just told me. Oh dear. Oh dear, Mum. Oh dearie, dearie me. Oh.
She was supervising children.
How'd you get the all orchids thing in the background? I'm not on my work thing, but I don't know how to do it at work either.
I'll show you tomorrow.
Cool, thanks.
I shall show you truly.
It disappears from time to time. It gets really annoying, and you have to go in back and put it back in.
Oh, mine doesn't. Mine doesn't.
Mine
tend to
does. Mine
disappear.
skips off out for some reason.
Oh.
Oh.
How do you feel about this layout as we've come in and come downstairs?
Are you making coffee, husband?
I'll let everyone in, so don't worry.
Thank you, my love.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Sammy.
I just finished. I'm just starting my car, so I'm driving. Yeah.
Don't listen whilst you're driving. Please make yourself safe and join in when you get home, please.
Are you sure? It's
Yes,
going to take 20
absolutely.
or 25 minutes. Okay, then I'll
Cheers.
join later when I
No,
go home.
join
Okay.
when you get home.
When you're safe,
Yeah, okay.
please.
Okay, then thank you.
Oh, Maya's jumped on separately.
Yeah, she's in London.
Oh, mate.
She's at uni.
Hi, Maya.
Hello.
I could have a family catch up. Hi guys, we're just going to give it a few more minutes just to let a couple more people in and then we'll get started. Okay, guys, can I ask you just to quickly put on your camera so I can prove that you're not driving or being anywhere unsafe while we do this presentation of the training. Hello, look at your faces. It's Wes and crew. Woo woo. Hi, Mai. Hi, guys. Here's Rebecca. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Right. Here's Trudy. Right. Let's get started, shall we, guys? Okay, I'm going to leave my camera off because you guys don't need to see me and we'll just go through the presentation. Okay, so tonight we've got 2 modules to do and the final quiz, so hopefully it'll be nice and quick. Please bear with me, it is late and I am getting tired and I do get spooked out when noises happen at nursery and there's no one else here. Okay, so we're going to go on to occupational factors. Are we all ready? Okay, introduction. At the end of this module, you'll be able to identify factors relating to the day-to-day work and tasks specific to earlier settings. Name common hazards, accidents, and controls relating to work and tasks such as manual handling of play equipment and small children. Operating and maintaining play equipment and toys, control of hazardous substances, and managing travel and transport. In addition to the hazards faced in the workplace from the environmental and equipment, such as fire and electrical hazards, there are additional hazards factors which are specific to those working in earlier settings. Occupational hazards are those directly related to the act of doing that job. For tasks specific to the role, so in a nightclub, it may relate to excessive noise or risks of violence. In earlier settings, it may include changing of nappies, lifting and feeding of children. Manual handling. I can guarantee that about 50, if not more % of you have all got bad backs because we work in early years. Manual handling. Definition of manual handling refers to the movement and support of any load by physical effort, so including lifting, pushing, pulling, carrying, moving, or putting down. Types of injuries which occur from manual handling activities include spinal disc injuries, trapped nerve, tendon damage, abrasions and cuts, hernias, ligament damage, and muscle damage. The tile method. As with other health and safety issues, the most effective method is prevention. Is to remove or reduce the hazard. However, when the task cannot be avoided, we can complete a risk assessment. Some tasks may require a formal documented risk assessment where the risk is high, such as if you're having to move a disabled child for cleaning or feeding. However, the majority of risk assessing for manual handling in early year settings will be informal and take place at the time of moving. The TILE method is a simple approach which can help on the spot assessment. So TILE is broken down into T for task. Think about what you're moving, how far you've got to take it. Are you lifting, pushing, pulling the load? Are there any other hazards en route? Are there any time constraints? If it is a child, are they likely to react, or any other factors? Individual. Consider your own capabilities. Do you have any health issues, such as a bad back, which may impact your ability? Are you pregnant? Are you wearing the correct clothing? You're crocked in sports mode, people. Or do you need any additional PPE, safety shoes, or other factors? L, the load. Have you been trained? Assess the size, weight, and center of gravity of the item to make sure you can get a safe grip. Will you be able to move this by yourself, or will you need help from another person or additional equipment? Is the item excessively hot or cold, or any other factors? And then E is environment. Plan your route, check for uneven flooring, slips, trips or falls, inadequate lighting, hot or cold environment, or any other factors. Depending on the task, there are other factors that may need to be considered, such as the use of protective clothing, for example. Check if movement or posture is likely to be hindered by clothing or PPE equipment. Check that correct suitable PPE is being worn for the task. Lifting techniques. Bend the knees, not the back, people. Place these steps in order to effectively lift an item. Okay, mic's on for those that want to join in. What do we think is going to be first? Bending of the knees, getting a firm grip, raise your legs with your legs. Plan and think about tile or position your feet. Who wants to speak up? Which one goes first?
Plan.
We'll put that number 1. Okay, what's number 2? Anybody?
Position your feet.
Position your feet.
Sorry, I was waiting for someone else to respond.
It's okay. Right, 3. Are we bending your knees?
No, we're going to get a firm grip. Surely.
How are you going to get a firm grip if you don't bend down with your knees?
Oh, I'm fair
Bend
enough.
to
Yeah,
it.
I'd say bend your knees.
Yeah, bend your knees, get a
Been
firm
generally
grip,
good with my knees, so yeah.
and then raise with your legs. Well done. Safe manual handling of children. Lifting and carrying children is different to carrying static loads, as they can react or move whilst they're carrying them. Additional considerations should be given to tasks which cannot be eliminated, such as children being carried to have their nappy changed. All moving and handling of children or young persons should be undertaken in a caring and sensitive manner, respecting their dignity at all times. The steps when moving children are the same as when lifting static loads, but with some additional considerations. If the child is old enough, ask them to move into a suitable position and ask them to hold on. Consider the emotional state of the child and if that will impact the lifting. If the child is fidgeting, struggling when you are carrying them, stop, put them down, reassure them before you continue. Do not place a child on your hip. Always carry them directly in front of you to even the load. Where possible, avoid carrying the child over long distances. Avoid carrying anything else if it requires to if required, make 2 journeys. If the child is unable to hold onto you, make sure to support them with both arms. Students and pregnant staff should not carry children. Always make sure you place a child back down on a stable surface. Step ladders and stools. Working at height, and safe use of step ladders is one of the key hazards any business should consider. Which task needs to be completed using a ladder? Changing light bulbs, high-level cleaning, retrieving items from high shelves. As when using any equipment, there should be a check. It should be checked for signs of damage before use, and ladders should always comply with the code. Read the risk assessment and complete the questions below. We've got some questions, question marks. Should we just go down to the bottom and see if we can put it in the right order? Here are some items missing from the bottom of each column of the risk assessment. So the first one is changing light bulbs, cleaning windows, cleaning high-level shelving, taking items off shelves, cleaning gutters. What's the question mark? Step ladders not to be used in areas where children are present or over hot equipment. Is that a hazard, a person at risk, potential harm, or control? Step ladders not to be used in areas where children are. Is that a hazard? Is it a control?
Yes.
What are we saying yes to?
The
Hazard?
Potential harm. Was it? Oh.
I was going to say, is it not control or potential harm if it's step ladders are not to be used?
I would say that would be a control.
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 Anyone else agree?
Yeah.
Right. Children. Are they a hazard, a person at risk, potential harm, or control?
Sorry.
Are we going person at risk?
Person at risk, I think.
Yeah. Fractures. Is that a hazard? Person at risk?
Potential harm.
Potential harm. Potential harm. Clean windows. Hazard?
Hazard.
Hazard. Defective equipment taken out of use and marked with do not use.
Control.
Person at risk, control. Objects landing on children.
Person at risk.
Hazard or person at risk. Oh, I don't
Potential
know.
harm.
Objects landing on children.
Potential harm.
Potential harm. Ensure ladders or step is suitable for task.
Control.
Control. Let's press submit and see what we got. Yay! We are clever.
Boop, boop.
Woo, woo. Okay. Play equipment. Play equipment is not risk-free, but it is a key element of early years development. Play equipment includes indoor equipment such as toys, musical instruments, dolls, soft, small climbing areas, and so on. Outdoor equipment such as climbing frames, slides, ball pits, ropes, swings, and so on. Toys. The children.
Sorry.
You're right there. The Child Accident Trust estimates there are 35,000 incidents a year involved in toys, and children under the age of 15, many of these may be trips over toys which have not been put away. Other types of accidents include choking on small parts, screws which break off, or fabric which has come loose, cuts, bruises from banging into or falling off toys, entrapment of fingers, hair, clothing in moving parts, cuts or scratches from sharp parts. One of the key controls to reduce the risk of accidents from toys is to ensure to buy toys which meet the requirements. This means purchasing toys from a reputable supplier, not from a car boot sale or charity shops. Ensure toys are suitable for the age range. There are specific requirements to toys for children under the age of 3, including sizes of pieces to reduce the risk of choking. Avoid the following: toys with loose pile fabric or hair that sheds easily, presenting a choking hazard. Toys with small components or parts which detach. Toys with sharp points or edges or finger traps. Loose ribbons on toys or long neckties on children's costumes, small toys sold with items of food. As well as the risks of choking, other potential harm from small detachable component is babies or children getting objects stuck in their ears and nose. There's a short video, but last time you guys couldn't hear it, so I'm going to play it and tell me if you can hear it. If not, then we'll just move on. Oh.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
Okay. It's basically saying if there's an insect in a child's ear, don't remove it, take them straight to hospital. She does go on to say you can put some water in the ear and they might float out. If they've got something stuck up their nose, I watched it earlier. If they've got something stuck up their nose, also go straight to hospital. Don't try and get it out yourself or ask the child to get it out themselves. So what is the first thing you should do if a baby or child has an object stuck up their nose or in their ear? Should we ask the child to remove it? Do not try to remove it yourself and go to hospital, or try to remove it yourself.
Do not try to remove it.
Well done. Other controls include making sure the toys are used as per the instructions, ensure children are not left on their own with toys, undertake robust cleaning checks of toys to make sure that no toys are used with dangerous parts. Making sure toys meet legal requirements and standards. I'm sure we all recognise some of these symbols. Legal requirements and standard. There are a number of standard checks and legal requirements toys are required to meet. These include the following: the CE mark. This is a claim by the manufacturer that toy meets all regulatory requirements. Products without this symbol may not be intended as a toy. UKCA. UKCA, this is a new mark for England, replacing the CE mark, but with the same meaning. The Lion Mark. This is a voluntary marking from British Toys and Hobby Association that states the toys meet all statutory requirements. And the Kite Mark. This is the British Standard Kite Mark. This indicates that the item meets any standards for toys that you may also see the mark EU BS71. This means the item meets the standards for toys set out by the European Union, but modified for British standards BS number 71. Outdoor equipment. The Royal Society for Prevention of Accidents, ROSPA, estimates there are 40,000 injuries to children in playgrounds each year. Which of these pieces of equipment do you think causes the most accidents? Slides, swings, fireman poles, roundabouts, climbers, or seesaws? Anyone? Which causes the most accidents? I'm hearing crickets, people.
Climbers?
What was that?
Slides.
I'd say slides or roundabouts.
Should we press slides and see what we think? Oh, swings. Swings, climbers, slides, other. Roundabout, seesaw, and fireman poles only 1%. Most of the time my kid holds onto it and falls off. Okay. Not all playground accidents are related to equipment. Some involve dog bites or cuts from debris in playgrounds, e.g. glass. Common accidents from outdoor equipment include falls, cuts and abrasions, fractures or breaks to the bone, being hit by moving parts, e.g. swings. Playground accidents can be split into two categories: management, so related to the purchase, installation and maintenance of the equipment, or use related to the way it has been, the way and how the equipment is used. Place possible causes under the correct heading. So poor equipment design, failure to comply with standards. Is that management or is that user? One.
Management.
Thank you, Christina. Design and layout.
Management.
Unsuitable equipment for the intended age group.
Management.
I might go use.
I might go user that one because it's related to
Oh.
the way the equipment is being used. So if it's unsuitable equipment for the intended age group. Oh,
But
either
surely
or.
the people that do the park are doing it for a certain age group, no?
Well, I was thinking of it from a nursery point of view. So it might be, I'm thinking that if we don't manage it properly, then the user, yeah. Let's guess.
Let's go for
I'd say
user.
management, but if you want to go user, go user.
Anybody else apart from Christina and Carol?
I don't think there's anybody else there.
I don't know. I don't think there is
Have they
anybody
all
else there.
disappeared?
They have disappeared.
There is.
There's Samia. Management or user? Come on, someone.
Daniela.
What was that?
It's Daniela,
Daniela. Management or user, Daniela?
a user.
No, management.
No.
Incorrect installation.
Management.
Poor inspection.
Oh. That could
Management.
be either or.
Poor maintenance.
Management.
Management.
Lack of supervision.
User.
Management. Sorry, users. Yeah.
Misuse of equipment.
User.
Users.
Unsuitable clothing.
User.
Users.
Adverse weather conditions.
User.
Users again. Yeah.
Hey, well done. Controls for outdoor play equipment are similar for that of toys. Purchase from a reputable supplier. Used correctly. Ensure compliant to regulations and standards. Regular checks for cleanliness and damage. Play equipment should comply with the ENBS 1176. However, unlikely when using toys, playground managers can be sued for negligence if they fail to take reasonable care of their playground. So, as an earlier setting with equipment, it is important that suitable training is completed by staff supervising children using the equipment. In some cases, authorization may also be required from parents to ensure that they give their permission for children to use the play equipment. Fill in the missing words using the words from the list. Check all toys. Check toys and play equipment should. All toys and play equipment should be purchased from a.
Reputable. I can't say it.
Reputable
Reputable supplier.
Fire.
The appropriate use should be.
Supervised.
And regular.
And
Look at checks.
regular checks. For cleanliness and damage should take place. Toys and equipment must comply with the relevant
British standards. Oh, or is it UKCA? One or the other. Choose.
I was already typing.
Oh,
Toys can carry the CE or British standards. UKCE.
UKCA.
CA. Oh, sorry, my light's gone off. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. Submit. Amazing. harmful substances. One of the most common hazards found in a workplace are chemicals and the use, handling and storage of hazardous substances. The control of substances hazardous to health (COSH) regulations have been introduced to guide employers on how to safely control and use the hazardous substances and reduce the risk, that's not a tongue twister at all, that may potentially cause harm. The types of substances hazardous to health include fumes and smoke, dust, liquids including cleaning materials, carcinogens, substances that can cause cancer, gases and microorganisms. Now, how hazardous substances enter the body? Click below to see the different ways hazardous substances can enter the body. First, inhalation. The hazardous substance is breathed in and enters the body via the lungs, paint, chemical fumes, and dust. Ingestion. The substance is swallowed and enters the body via the digestive system. This can be by contamination from person, food, or utensils. Absorption. The substance enters the body through contact with the skin. Injection. The substance directly enters the bloodstream via a puncture wound, e.g. a needle prick. Each of these items are hazardous substances likely to be found in an earlier environment. Please tick all that apply. Do we have disinfectant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have dust?
Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately. Do we have glue?
Yes.
Do we have paint?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have pesticides?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have medicine?
Yes.
Yes.
They say we don't have pesticides.
But
Technically, we do have dust
We've got
as
the
well.
rat boxes.
I was going to say we have rat boxes,
And
and we most definitely do have dust. You
And
know,
we have
it's
mouse
called cleaning,
baits
people.
as well.
Pardon?
We definitely have mouse baits in the rooms.
Not in the rooms. We have
Well, they're under the
mouse
cupboards,
box.
or they grow under
Not in the rooms.
In the room,
We've got-
they grow under the cupboards.
They've got ones in the cupboards outside, yeah. Right. Chemical warning symbols. The most common hazardous substances found in earlier settings are chemicals. These can be identified by their warning labels and must be accompanied by a data sheet and risk assessment before handling. Any chemicals, employees should read the warning labels and understand the risks. Okay, so we've got some symbols and some boxes. We've got oxidizing, serious health hazard. Oh my goodness. Toxic, corrosive, flammable, or health hazard. Right. Anybody want to have a guess? What do we think the flame one is for? We'll go easy one. Where does the flame one go?
Flammable.
Flammable.
Thank you. Right.
Skull and crossbones must be toxic. Is it?
Yeah.
I
I'd
don't
say
know.
so.
Corrosive is the one at the bottom on the
Yeah.
right.
Okay. What we've got left? Oxidizing, serious health hazard, or health hazard.
Health hazard must be that one that you're pointing to.
Serious health
other
hazard
questions?
is that other one with the body.
Yeah.
Or is-
And we're going, that's for oxidizing.
Yeah.
Let's see how we've done. Hey, we are correct. So that's oxidizing. Interesting. Okay. Oh, COSH risk assessment should be completed using the warning labels and safety data sheets. The risk assessment will let you know if a chemical is suitable for use in your environment, or if the chemical can be eliminated or less harmful chemicals used. If not, the final control is to ensure the correct PPE is available and all staff are trained on how to use the chemicals with their personal protective equipment. Protective equipment, think about how hazards and chemicals enter the body and drag the correct image to the PPE item which it prevents. So the mask, where does the mask go? Inhalation, indigestion, injection, or absorption?
Inhalation.
Thank you. Gloves.
Absorption.
Absorption.
Absorption. Worker gloves. Big, heavy gloves.
Injection.
Injection. There is only 3. Okay. Correct. There is no personal protective equipment can protect from ingestion. This is controlled by other methods. Well, a mask might help. Chemical use. Important things to consider when using chemicals. Only approved chemicals to be used. Never purchase chemicals from local sources. Only ever use the correct chemicals for the correct task as outlined by the safety poster or data sheet. Follow manufacturer's instructions. Do not mix chemicals. Ensure chemicals are always secured and labeled. Always use required PPE. If any chemicals do splash on a person or eyes, alert manager immediately. Storage of chemicals. The storage of chemicals is important to prevent injury. Please click below for good practice. Store out of reach. Cleaning chemicals should be stored high enough so that children cannot access them. Do we all store our cleaning chemicals up high?
Yes.
Yes. Use a designated area. Cleaning chemicals must be stored in a designated area. If there are specific chemical cupboards, then this must be locked, and it should be ventilated, made of non-corrosive material, and contain a drip tray. Do not store near food. Ensure cleaning chemicals and products are not stored next to food contact items. Never store food below or next to cleaning chemicals. Heavier items should be stored at waist height or lower down to minimize manual handling risks. Containers should be well labeled. All chemicals should be well labeled to ensure the correct chemicals are used for the correct task. PPE must not be stored immediately adjacent to the cleaning chemicals unless within a container which will provide protection. Corrosive chemicals must be stored below non-corrosive chemicals. And disposal of damaged containers. Any chemical containers which are leaking must be removed. The contents disposed of following the supplier's instructions. Available on the safety data sheet. There is another video. What to do if a child drinks a hazardous substance. Not quite sure how to make you lot hear it. Let's see if it's got subtitles or something. But we can watch. He's not saying anything so far. Well, that wasn't clever, was it? She's just asked for some lemonade. Uh-oh. Right. Do not make them sick. Call 999 as soon as possible. Yeah, instructions on the screen. When and how, call 999 as soon as possible. Do not make them sick. Remember, establish what they have taken, when and how much. Okay, we've watched the video. Okay, now we can go to the next bit. What was the first reaction of the father in this video What was the first action the father in this video tried to do? Make his daughter sick, establish what has been consumed, or wash out his daughter's mouth?
Establish what's been consumed.
Yeah. Correct. Outings. A trip out to a different environment can be very beneficial for young children's development, but certain steps must be taken to make sure that these can be undertaken safely. New environments can contain a variety of hazards, which could result in an accident to children or staff, or children going missing or being unaccounted for. Place the following actions into the correct category. Are they things to be considered when planning an outing, or action to be taken in the event of a child going missing or being unaccounted for? Right. Alert the police. Is that an action or a plan?
Action.
Complete a risk assessment to identify all hazards and inform all staff.
Plan.
With an action.
Ensure child-adult ratio is maintained at all time.
Plan.
Is that not an action? No.
There's a plan and an action.
There's a plan and action. I agree with you. Staff with mobile phones deployed to search the area.
Action.
Action.
Notify most senior member of staff once noted.
Action.
Full details of outing provided to parents, permission and contact details provided by parents.
Oh, I don't know. That's a plan and an action, surely.
Yeah, it's an action with the plan.
Vehicle checks completed as required.
Action.
Action.
No, plan. Oh, we don't go in vehicles, that's why. No children left unattended in vehicle.
Action.
Oh, that is a plan.
Oh.
You should plan to not leave the children in the car.
Okay.
Alert the parents.
Action.
Action.
No child left unattended in vehicle. We've already had that one. Suitable number of first aiders present, including current paediatric first aid certificate.
That's a planned action.
A planned action. Identify on-site emergency plans, including meeting points.
Plan.
Plan.
Plan. All groups to head to the meeting point for roll call.
Action.
Identify the route to be taken to and from the location.
Plan.
Plan.
Adult child ratios identified and adhered to.
Well, that's a plan and an action.
Alert the venue.
Action.
Action.
Staff with mobile phones deployed to search route back to nursery setting or to missing child's home.
Action.
Action.
Well done. You should have answered all of those, which we did. Vehicles in earlier settings. We do not transport children by vehicles at the moment. However, vehicles present a high risk earlier settings as the nature of injury can be severe. In earlier setting, there are two ways in which children interact with vehicles. Parents dropping off or picking up children, and vehicles used by staff for outings. Hazard, parents dropping off or picking up children. People at risk are the children, parents, visitors on site, staff and other pedestrians. Potential harm, injury or from impact with moving cars. Control, car park well lit, designated marked pedestrian walkways, 5 mph speed limit sign in the car park. Play areas fenced off to prevent children accessing the car park. Vehicles used by staff for outings. The staff, children, pedestrians and other car drivers. Potential harm, injury from car impacting with other vehicles, persons or objects when travelling in the car. Control, 1 seat per child, valid MOT, driver to have full driving licence, correct child to adult ratios. Please put these controls against the correct hazard. Suitable insurance to cover carrying passengers. Is that vehicles by staff or parents dropping off?
Vehicles used
by
by
staff.
staff.
Thank you. Entrance, exit to car park clearly marked.
Parents.
Parents.
Fire extinguisher and first aid kit.
Vehicles used by staff.
There you go. In addition to making sure vehicle is suitable condition and drivers are fully trained and insured, it is your responsibility as a driver to make sure all passengers under the age of 14 are in the correct seating and wearing the correct restraints. Taken from Highway Code, drivers must ensure that all children under the age of 14 are wearing a seatbelt or sit with an approved car seat restraint where required. If a child is under 1 meter 35, lights gone off again. Child is under 1.35 meters tall, the baby seat, child seat, booster seat, or cushion must be used suitable for the child's weight and fitted to the manufacturer's instructions. A rear-facing car seat must not be fitted to the seat protected by an active front airbag, as in a crash, it can be cause a serious injury or death to a child. In summary, in this module, we've looked at some of the hazards which are present during the completion of everyday tasks in an early year setting. We have looked at some of the common accidents related to these hazards and the type of controls which can be put into place. We have covered the importance of completing task-specific risk assessments, which must always include the vulnerabilities of babies and small children. We have examined manual handling, chemical use, play equipment and toys, the outings which may involve children being transported in vehicles. Woohoo! Oh, where's my bundle? We're on to module 5, and then it's just the quiz. Are we ready? Health and well-being. There's nothing there. Introduction. Okay. At the end of this module, you will be able to identify a range of factors which impact the general health well-being of staff and children. Identify controls which need to be in place to ensure food is prepared and stored safely and served correctly to ensure no choking hazards. List the 14 allergens and understand how to protect and react with allergens. Explain how the additional elements can affect a person's ability to operate safely, and understand how to apply safe ways of working to reduce any negative impact to health or behaviour. In addition to hazards which may directly cause accidents, there are situations which can impact the health of staff and children, which you may need to be aware of. Be able to spot and understand how to react in order to maintain safe and healthy workplace. As part of Health and Safety in Work as the Health and Safety at Work Act, HSWA 1974, everyone is entitled to go to work without fear of harm or injury. This is applicable to mental and physiological harm as it is physical. The employer has a responsibility to protect the welfare of its employees, and employees have the responsibility to take reasonable care of themselves and report anything they see which could be an issue. Health. Ooh. Preparing food. Undercooked or contaminated food can be considered as hazard, just as other hazards we have discussed, with the potential to cause harm through food poisoning. The control points to identify the use using a system called HACCP, Hazardous Analysis and Critical Control Points. This involves the following steps: identifying the hazard and the control measures, identify critical control points, CCPs, those steps that must be controlled as they are critical to food safety, establish establish critical limits for control measures such as CCP, monitor, check the control measures at each CCP, establish corrective actions to be taken if something goes wrong, establish procedures for verification, prove the system is working, establish documentation and records. That was a lot of words. The EYFS Framework England and the Childminding Daycare Wales Regulations 2010 and Health and Social Care Standards for Scotland require providers to take all necessary steps to keep children safe and well, and you must be confident that those responsible for preparing and handling food in your setting are competent to do so. You should have or will receive food safety training. You did that last week, yay! As part of your induction to working in earlier setting. Filling the missing words from the sentence below, outlining the legal requirements which must be in place when preparing and serving food. Enter the words from the list: prevent, information, designed, supervise, adequate. Make sure the premises are
Adequate.
equipped and operated safely, which could include providing.
Is the first one designed and then the next one adequate?
Oh, possibly.
I like your
Anybody
thinking.
want to phone a friend?
Excuse me, I've just choked. Just drank from a bottle of water and I've choked. Excuse me, sorry.
Carol's
Oh,
fault
there.
for pulling a funny.
It's always Carol's fault. Adequate facilities for hand washing and washing equipment and keeping them maintained. Have process in place to
Prevent.
cross-contamination. I'm going with prevent. Cross-contamination at all stages for food preparation and service. Give access to appropriate training and
Information.
where needed, especially new starters, new processes, or young persons. Ensure.
Should that be information?
Oh,
and
that
the
should
other
be
one-
information.
And the other one,
Okey-dokey.
supervise.
Yeah, supervise where needed. Sorry, I missed out that word.
Teamwork makes the dream work. There we go. Well done. With the above, control the risk of food poisoning allergic reaction, and the most common incident which can arise from food is choking. On to choking. Choking accidents with food or drink peaks at age 1 to 2, which is typically when solid foods are being introduced. Babies and young children haven't learned how to chew, swallow, and breathe in the right order. Sometimes mixing them up can cause choking. Nuts. Nuts and other small hard foods such as hard dried fruits, large seeds, raw carrots, celery, or apple, and foods that break into sharp pieces, e.g. crisps, corn, chips, or rice crackers. These foods can be difficult for children to bite through and break down enough to swallow safely. Pieces can become stuck in children's airways. To reduce the risk, avoid giving whole nuts, large seeds, hard dried fruits to children under the age of 5. Use thinly spread smooth peanut butter instead of whole or chopped nuts. And carrot, apple, celery can either be cooked until soft or finely grated. Other foods such which can be hazard include thick paste such as chocolate spreads, peanut butter, and fibrous and stringy foods such as celery and rhubarb. There is another short video, what to do if a baby is choking. Let's see how the demonstration goes. Anyone good at lip reading?
Just really concentrating on her lips now you've said it.
We've all done pediatric first aid, but this is just a bit refresher. And there's another video of how to help a choking child. Hopefully this might have some sound for you. So firstly, don't let your child walk around whilst eating. Same as before. Right, allergens. There is a list of 14 most common allergens which must be declared in foods. Celery and celeriac, cereals containing gluten, crustaceans, eggs, fish, lupins, milk, mollusks, mustard, nuts, peanuts, sesame seeds, soya, and sulfur dioxide. If someone is allergic to a food, they can go into anaphylactic shock. Anaphylaxis happens when the blood pressure drops very low. The face and throat may swell, leading to breathing difficulties. Redness to the face, dizziness, confusion, and severe distress. If this ever happens, you should call for an ambulance immediately and make it very clear that the person is suffering from an anaphylactic shock. An adrenaline auto-injector like an EpiPen should be used by someone who knows how to use it. Any child in the setting with a severe allergy should have 2 EpiPens in the setting, one as a backup in case of malfunction. The child should not be moved. How to deal with a child's allergic reaction? Watch this short video. Well, we're going to watch the video and hopefully this is 2 minutes long. She's saying anaphylactic shock can happen really quickly. And these are the signs to look out for. Right. Controlling allergens. Understanding which allergens are present in every meal and snack you provide is an important step to providing food which is safe for children with food allergens and intolerances. Since 2014, all food businesses, including earlier settings, have been required by law to give details about the allergens in the food that they provide. You must refrain from full ingredients list for all meals prepared. Retain full, not refrain, retain full. I was going to say. There are a number of steps which must be taken to make sure allergens are controlled in earlier settings. Work closely with the families to support the children with allergens and intolerances. Obtain information about children's special dietary requirements, including food allergens and intolerances, before they attend. This is required as part of the EYFS framework in England. Record and act on the information provided about the child's dietary needs. Have a protocol in place which is accessible to all staff to ensure everyone is aware of individual children's allergens or symptoms. In the kitchens, you should keep allergens separate from other foods in delivery, storage and preparation services. Check deliveries to ensure no allergens have contaminated the food. Use separate clean areas for preparing food for children with allergies. Separate utensils and equipment and cleaning cloths. If there is a change in ingredient or recipe, make sure recipe cards are updated. Check labels on ingredients every time you prepare allergy meals to make sure no ingredients have changed, particularly if you have received a product replacement items on deliveries. Never guess. Clearly label food containing allergens. Be careful to check for hidden allergens like egg in mayonnaise, sesame in hummus, or peanuts in ground nut oils. Wash hands effectively immediately before preparing allergy meals. Clean down areas and equipment thoroughly before preparing allergy meals. Knowledge check. Look at the table and complete the activity below. So we've got some question marks to fill out in the controls. Under undercooked, contaminated food, food which can block children's airways, and providing contaminated, incorrect food for persons with an allergen. Uncooked or contaminated food, known and keep an easy to access record of children's allergens. Ensure all food is cooked thoroughly, or always cut food into small pieces. Which one?
Ensure
What was the
all food is
question?
cooked through.
Food which can block a child's airway. Always cut food into small pieces. Ensure it's cooked thoroughly. Know how to keep an easy to access record of children's allergens.
Cut food into
Always
small.
cut into small pieces.
It can be small pieces, but it should not be discs. People should not be discs. Provide contaminated or incorrect food to a person with an allergen. Know how to keep an easy to access record of any children's allergens. Always cut food or ensure food's cut thoroughly. Well done. Infection and communicable diseases. Organisms such as bacteria, viruses, fungi are everywhere and commonly do not cause infection. Some are beneficial. However, some do cause infection, resulting in symptoms such as fever and sickness. Earlier settings are common sites for transmission of infections. We're not surprised by that. Children are particularly vulnerable because they have immature immune systems, I think that's the wrong word there, have close contact with other children, sometimes have no or incomplete vaccinations, have poor understanding of hygiene practices, often explore by putting items in their mouths. The goal of an earlier setting is to prevent and control infections, interrupt the cycle of infection by promoting the routine use of good standards of hygiene so that transmission of infections is reduced overall. Infections can spread through a number of transmission routes. Pick the route which is being described below. With cough or other secretions from infected person like influenza or coronavirus. This can happen by being near the infected person when they cough and they breathe in the organism, or by picking up the organism from an infected item such as a tissue or object in the environment, then touching it with your nose or mouth. Gastroenteritis, direct contact, respiratory. Contact with skin or tissue causing infection such as impetigo and staphylococcal infections. That took me a minute there. Direct contact, respiratory, air, bloodborne, gastroenteritis.
Direct contact.
Direct contact. Contact with contaminated food or water, hepatitis A. Contact with infected feces or unwashed hands used after using the toilet, typhoid fever. Bloodborne, respiratory, gastroenteritis, direct contact.
Direct contact.
I'd go gastro into whatever.
Oh, possibly.
Contaminated food.
Yeah.
Contact with infected blood, bodily fluids, for example, when attending to a bleeding person or injury, hepatitis B. Bites resulting in the breakage of skin can also result in this infection.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Yay! Prevent and control. There are controls which can be put into place depending on the transmission route. Respiratory, coughs and sneezes, catch it, bin it, kill it, face coverings, good hand hygiene, and exclusion. Direct contact, exclusion, coverings, PPE, effective hand washing. Gastroenteritis, effective hand washing, effective cleaning, portable water sources, and safe and hygienic food preparation and storage. Bloodborne, wash bleeding skin areas thoroughly with soap and running water. Seek medical advice. PPE when... Sorry, there was a funny noise outside. Okay. PPE when dealing with contaminated surfaces or materials. There are 3 prevention controls which are applicable to all infectious diseases. 1, exclusion. Reporting illnesses as soon as showing symptoms and removing yourself from the setting is suitable for diseases such as influenza, coronavirus, or colds. There are specific times for exclusions outlined by the government's guidelines. There is an exclusion table if you want to go and see it. Hand washing. Hand washing is one of the main ways to prevent infectious disease transmission. A short video shows the best way to wash your hands. Effective cleaning is made up of 2 parts. Cleaning the area of any dirt or debris and then disinfecting or to remove bacteria. Sanitizers do both these jobs in one chemical. Chemicals must be used correctly. Consider the contact time to be effective. If the chemical should be left to air dry or rinsed off. Disposal, still strange noises coming from outside. Disposable paper towels and foot operated bins should always be available. Biohazards waste bins are available, suitable for children contact if used on toys. Alternative cleaning methods. Sorry, I'm getting freaked out by noises in the nursery. Alternative cleaning methods such as soiled clothing or laundry on hot wash. Bear with me, I'm just going to check the door.
You sure it's not fireworks?
It could be very much fireworks. Some people out and about. There's no one out there. Okay.
There are lots of fireworks tonight.
There are lots of fireworks. Okay. Outbreak. If there is an outbreak of an infectious disease, this should be handled in accordance with government guidelines. This is the most recently been put into action with coronavirus outbreaks. Who remembers the good old days of COVID? The outbreak is defined as an incident in which 2 or more people are experiencing similar illnesses likely linked to the same time or place. The greater than expected rate of infection compared with usual background rate for the place and time on which the outbreak has occurred. Government guidance is available for preventing and controlling infectious and communicable diseases in earlier settings. They are there. I can send put the link in the chat if you want them. Administering medicines. All childcare providers and settings should promote good health for children attending the nursery and take necessary steps to preventing the spread of infection. If a child requires medicine, the provider will adhere to the legal statutory requirement as set out within each nation. All will obtain information about the child's needs to ensure that information is kept up to date. There is guidance for England. Providers on the early years register in England must meet the legal requirements set out in the statutory framework for the EYFS. There are 3 legal requirements to apply to all providers about giving medication to children, as a provider must: 1, have and put into practice an effective policy on giving medicines to children in your setting, which must include effective systems to support children with medical needs. Who will give the medication? How will you store the medication? Recording the medication and training staff if there is specific medical need. 2, keeping written records of medicines you give to the children and tell the parents about these records. And 3, get written permission from parents for every medicine before you give the medication. There are 3 types of medicines which you may need to administer to children. Over-the-counter medicines, which may be administered with parents' permission. Medicines prescribed by a doctor and may be suitable to administer with parents' permission, such as antibiotics. Medicines which require special training, such as regular injections. Aspirin should never be given to a child unless under prescription from a doctor, despite being an over-the-counter medicine. Drag and drop the types of medicines into the correct box. Requires special training, suitable to administer by parents' permission, and suitable to administer with prescription from doctor or dentist, parents' permission. Right, we're ready. Antibiotics.
Suitable to administer prescription from doctor.
Thank you. Diabetic injections.
I'd say the same.
Special training.
Well, that went into the doctor one.
Oh, did it?
It
Okay.
did. Teething gel.
Administer with parents' permission.
EpiPen.
Special
Okay,
training.
special training.
Aspirin.
We're not allowed to
Prescription.
do it.
That's doctor. Only if a doctor says. Oh, sorry. Yeah, diabetic injections require special training. Partly correct. SARS. If you already have written permission to give particular over-the-counter medication to the child, you need to give an additional time. You do not have to get written permission every time you give it. However, you may consider it good practice to ask the parent to sign the written record and confirm that you have told them that it's been given. What do we do with children at orchids?
We
Does
don't
anybody
give
know?
the counter medication, do we? I thought it's got to be prescribed. We
Do
can't
we
give
give
over, we can't
Carol,
give over
do-
the counter.
do we give them Calpol?
Sometimes. Yeah, but that's specialist, isn't it? But
But we
you
always
wouldn't give cough medicine, would you? Which is just
No,
over the counter.
no. But we're talking things like Calpol, so it doesn't have to be prescribed by a doctor, but it is needed for special circumstances.
Okay.
Okay.
Good job you're there, Wendy.
Okay. So it's put on family so that we can all, so the parents can see that we've administered and they sign it off. Okay.
Oh, do we not have it written as well now?
I'm sorry, did I not just go through introduction? Stress. We're on to stress. Okay. Both the employee and the employer should be on the lookout for signs of stress. Tick the options below to think are the indication that carers may be suffering from stress. Okay. Arrive on time every day. Is that an indicator of stress?
No. Increased
Complaints. Remain calm at all times.
Yes.
The options below to you think are indications that carers may be suffering from stress. Remain calm at all times.
No.
I don't really understand that.
I don't really understand it.
Taking more time off work?
Taking more time off work. Increased accidents.
Possibly.
Increased
Increased
emotional reactions.
reactions, yeah.
Low staff turnover.
No.
More arguments within the team.
Yes.
Correct. That was a very poorly worded question. As all risks,
Yeah, it
employers
was,
should.
wasn't it?
It really was. Employers should complete a risk assessment to assess the controls needed to reduce risks. There are 6 key stressors which have been identified to cause work-related stress. These are demands of the job, the support received from managers and colleagues, the role of the individual in the organisation, the control someone has over their work, relationship within their workplace, and change and how it is managed. Stress affects different people in different ways, so individual risk assessments may be carried out if carers are feeling stressed. The important first step is everyone feels comfortable to talk about it. Consider this scenario and pick the best course of action. There are 2 correct answers. You notice that Helen has been arriving to work late, looking a bit untidy and seems to snap quickly if anyone asks her to do anyone questions her. Do you report her to your manager as being late is rude? At a suitable time when there's no one else around, ask Helen if anything is wrong and if there's anything you could do to help, such as cover some of the workload while she takes a break. Speak to the manager and let her know that Helen's showing signs of stress. Assume it's because she's young and has been having too many late nights. Which one should we do?
Speak to the manager.
Which speak to the manager? Report to the manager
The
or speak to the
second one.
manager? That one.
Yeah.
And that one.
And that one, yeah.
And that one. Incorrect. Oh, ask Helen, and Helen may not want to talk.
Oh,
No, we got it right. It was all right.
okay.
It just, yeah. Violence or bullying at the workplace. The Health and Safety Executive definition of work-related violence is an incident where a person is abused, threatened, assaulted in circumstances related to their work. Verbal abuse and threats are the most common types of incident. Physical attacks are comparatively rare. Workplace violence is defined as an incident where a person is abused, threatened, or assaulted. In circumstances related to work, bullying is defined as repeated health-harming mistreatment of one or more persons by one or more perpetrators that take one or more of the following forms: verbal abuse, offensive behavior, which is threatening, humiliating, intimidating, and preventing work from being completed, or impact on how work is completed. Identify which of these scenarios below might be considered as verbal abuse, a violent act, or bullying. One of your co-workers repeatedly tells you that you are not carrying out your work correctly and embarrasses you in front of your peers, saying your qualifications must be fake. Oh, that's mean. Is that bullying, verbal threat, or violent act?
Bullying.
One of the parents believes the child is not being given the same access to the toys as other children and begins to shout at you during pickup and tells you they know where you live.
Threatening.
Threatening. One of the parents believes their child is not being given the same access to the toys as other children and shouts and pushes you during an altercation.
Violent act.
Violent act.
Okay, the Management of Health and Safety Work Regulations 1999. Employers must assess the risks to employees and make arrangements for their health and safety by effectively planning, organisation, control, monitoring and review. The risks covered should be appropriate, including the need to protect employees from exposure to reasonable, foreseeable violence. That was a tongue twister. There are some minimum requirements that employees expect from their employer and that the employer requires from the employee, the premises. In addition to health and safety, fire hygiene regulations, the EYFS England requires a number of provisions from the premises in order to be fit for purpose for children and carers. These include the square footage per age group. Children must also have access to outdoor space. If there's none at the setting, then they should be taken outside at regular intervals. Welfare facilities, workers must have access to the correct number of toilets and hand basins, soap, hand towels, hand dryer, enough for those expected to use them. Hand basins stocked with hot and cold running soapy water, suitable hand drying facilities, where possible, separate from men and women. If not, then lockable doors. Suitable waste disposal bins. Drinking water, a place to store clothing and somewhere to change if special clothing is worn at work, and somewhere to rest and eat meals. Healthy work environment. Good ventilation, a supply of fresh, clean air drawn from outside or a ventilation system. A reasonable working temperature, so it is comfortable to work, usually between 16 degrees C or 13 degrees C if strenuous work, unless other laws require lower temperatures. Lighting suitable for work being carried out, enough room space and suitable workstations and seating, a clean workspace with appropriate waste containers. A safe workplace. To keep your workplace safe, you must maintain your premises and work equipment, keep floors and traffic routes free from obstruction, windows that can be opened and cleaned safely. Make sure that any transparent, e.g. glass doors, walls are protected or made of safe materials that can be identified to prevent anyone walking through them. Drugs and alcohol misuse. Drugs are defined as medicines which include any substance other than food that is used to prevent, diagnose, treat, or relieve symptoms of illness or disease. Drugs can also affect how the brain and the rest of your body work and cause changes in mood, awareness, thoughts, feelings, behavior. Identify which of the following are classed as drugs. Tick all that supply. Illegal drugs.
Yes.
Alcohol.
Mm. Yes.
Tobacco.
Mm. Don't think so.
Prescribed medicines.
Yes.
Over-the-counter medicines.
Yes.
Caffeine.
Well, depends how it affects you, I guess.
See, drugs can affect how the brain and the rest of the body and causes changes to mood, awareness, thoughts, feelings, or behavior. So caffeine, Zoe.
It depends. If you're talking about like Pro Plus and things like that, then yes. But
Hey,
if you're just talking about a cup of coffee, I wouldn't have thought so.
Caffeine is addictive, though.
I'd tick off tobacco
Yeah.
as well.
Are we
Really?
taking tobacco as well? I'm not going to lie. It does me wonders when I used to smoke.
Yeah.
Shall we submit and see how we go?
It helps
Yes, it's
a
all of
bit.
them.
So caffeine is addictive, isn't it? So it would be classed
Yeah,
as
I
something
guess.
that it affects your brain. It affects the way we work because it obviously gives us more energy in a different way.
I would disagree on that.
I've
That's amazing.
I've done a
Wow.
caffeine withdrawal before, but people, and it's not pretty. It's not nice. I like my tea and my Coca-Cola far too much.
The Monster's okay. The Red Bulls are fine. Don't worry, people. Don't you worry. No.
Any staff
We
member
love
who
a monster.
you are a monster. Any staff member who appears to be under the influence of alcohol, illegal drugs should be asked to leave the premises immediately. Where necessary, disciplinary procedures should begin. If there are any serious concerns about staff members' use of drugs or alcohol outside their work hours, this should be discussed as it could impact their ability to safely care for the children. As we stated in the beginning of this course, health and safety in early years setting is extremely important due to the vulnerable nature of young children. Under the Health and Safety Work etc. Act 1974, employees must take reasonable care of themselves. This includes health and well-being as well as safety. It also includes the following: any instructions given on how to operate safely and reporting any problems with facilities, equipment, or co-workers to management. There should be policies in place to ensure any issues can be safely reported without any fear of recriminations. Additional considerations need to be given to psychosocial factors. Interesting. Of the organization of health and safety for employees, for example. Suitable consideration is given to planning and scheduling of tasks, rest breaks. There is good communication between managers and employees involved in risk assessments, involved in decisions on workplace design. There are appropriate mechanisms in place for dealing with sudden reasonable changes to the workload. Workers must feel that they have been given enough training and information to carry out the required tasks successfully. Sometimes we refer to as whistleblowing. In issues that should be able to be raised confidently and anonymously, with malicious complaints being ruled out. Anyone working in early year setting has the responsibility to bring their best self to the workplace to ensure safeguarding of children and the safety of everyone who enters the nursery or earlier setting. Summary. In this module, we have examined a number of factors which can impact the health of carers or children, such as food poisoning, choking, and allergens. We've examined ways that infectious and communicable diseases are spread and can be prevented. In addition, we have reviewed welfare factors such as minimum requirements for facilities and maintaining healthy and safe workplace. The course summary. We have completed this course. Yay! We've just got the quiz to go, guys. Come on. You should have a sound understanding of the legal requirements to operate safely in an early years environment, how to protect employees, children, parents, and any other visitors to the site. You should have good awareness of roles and responsibilities relating to health and safety in the early years workplace. You'll be able to complete risk assessments, identify a range of common hazards, understand the potential for accidents, and be able to list the clear controls to manage the reduce the risk. Finally, you should know that if something does go wrong, an accident happens, the procedure and process for dealing with these accidents in relation to babies, children, and an earlier setting. Please press the button for the quiz below. Right, we can do this, guys. And then you can all enjoy your fireworks. The computer says no. Oh, I've just found the button for share the sound. That's not good. Oh, mate. Sorry, guys. Hold on a minute. Oh, I can't get my bar to move that way.
Computer says no.
Computer definitely says no. It's saying, Wendy, it is late. You need to go home. I was having this problem with it earlier. See, now that one's gone.
Oh. Definitely doesn't want us to do the end quiz.
It doesn't want us to do the end quiz. Technical fault, people. I do apologize. I'm going to try one more time. And then if it doesn't load, I'm going to send you all the quiz and I'm going to get you all to send it back to me. So I'll do a form with all the questions on once I can access it. And then I will email it to you all. You can answer the questions and I will let you know the results. Because that's not working. Well, hold on. Let me pull you all back up. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. I do appreciate you all spending this lovely evening with me. I do apologise about the quiz. I will get that sorted and I'll get that emailed out to all of you as soon as possible. I will stress that they need to come back so that I can credit you with attending the course and being able to answer all those questions. Is that all okay with everybody?
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys, for attending, and I will all speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Wendy. Bye.
Thanks.